Hello, everyone. This is Andreas Pop Culture Guy. Today we have the latest Andreas Pop Culture project start, and this is how to fix it. This is the Road to Doomsday. So the start of this project I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see how to fix a particular MCU project from Phase 4 to Phase 6. So starting with Black Widow and Shang-Chi for this week. So now, Black Widow had the ingredients to be a great MCU spy thriller. The film gives Natasha Romanoff her long-awaited solo story, while exploring her complicated past, her relationship with Elena, the Red Room, and the guilt surrounding her Budapest mission, which it's not much, but whatever. Marvel itself describes the movie as Natasha confronting the darker parts of her ledger and the broken relationships from her past. My version could make the story more focused on the Natasha emotional journey. I could make the Budapest a much bigger part of the plot, develop Taskmaster into a more personal antagonist, make Dracoff and the Red Room generally threatening, and reduce some of the comedy so the film lean harder into the spy thriller identity. Furthermore, Aaliyah could still have a major role because her relationship with Natasha is one of the strongest elements of the film. However, the story could ultimately be about Natasha confronting her past, taking responsibility for her actions, and finally finding a way to make peace with the person she used to be. The ending could also be a better connected to Avengers film gore showing Natasha moving forward after the destruction of the Red Room and setting up the version of Natasha we see alongside Steve Rogers in the original film is positioned between Civil War, Captain America Civil War, and Avengers Infinity War. Now, to finish up the Black Widow, how to fix it, uh, you know, remember this. These are the 10 things I think that could improve the film and maybe led to a better MCU Black Widow film. So, number one, make the story more personal to Natasha. The movie should focus more heavily on Natasha confronting her past and the consequences of the Red Room rather than feeling like another standard MCU action adventure. Number two, introduce Elena earlier and give her more development. I like Elena in the film. She's fantastic. Definitely the greatest new character that we got introduced in the multiverse saga in general. And Elena is, one of the film's strongest characters. Give her and Natasha more screen time together so their sisterly relationship has a greater emotional weight in the film. Three, improve Taskmaster. This is no secret. Taskmaster is really weak as a villain. I mean, him and Dreykov, I'll get to Dreykov later, but I think keep Taskmaster as a major threat, make the character's identity and motivation more compelling. The reveal should feel like a shocking twist rather than a predictable connection to Natasha's past that was mentioned in the first Avengers movie. Number four, make the Red Room more believable. The Red Room should feel like a generally terrifying global organization. Show more of its operations, its victims, and how Natasha's actions affected the people trapped inside it. Then I think the movie could have been interesting. All right. Number five, reduce the over the top CGI. The final destruction of the Red Room becomes visually excessive for some reason. I don't understand why, because I mean, the first two acts of the Black Widow is very grounded in reality, and then all of a sudden it becomes like a over the top Bond film. Like it had very much the grounded Daniel Craig kind of feel to it, to a spy film, but then all of a sudden it just turned into Moonraker all of a sudden. So a more grounded climax could better fit Natasha's spy background better. All right. Number six, give Natasha a stronger emotional arc. The movie should explore her guilt over her past, especially the Budapest mission and her role in the Red Room. Her decision to free the widow should feel like a combination of her character's journey. Now, number seven, use flashbacks more effectively. Expand the 1995 opening sequence and show more of Natasha's childhood with her fake family. This could make the family's reunion in the present more meaningful. Number eight, make the villain more threatening. Now, this is not uh you know, aiming at Taskmaster, but more the actual main villain, Dreykov. I think Dreykov should have a more stronger presence throughout the film. Instead of mostly explaining his plan near the end, establish his influence and cruelty from the beginning. You see bits of that in the beginning of the mantras of the opening credits, but that's really it. So I think establish his influence and cruelty from the beginning and then see it throughout the film. Number nine, connect the movie more directly to Natasha's future. Since this is a prequel, right, the story could better explain how Natasha's experience here influenced her decisions in Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame. And I think that could work better. And then lastly, number 10, end with a more emotional closure. And the final scene should emphasize that Natasha has finally confronted her past and chosen her own family. Then they could use transition naturally into her next chapter with the Avengers. So my overall fix, the best version of the Black Widow could fit a darker, more grounded spy thriller centered on Natasha Romanoff's Natasha Romanoff's complicated past, her relationship with Alina, and her attempt to dismantle the organization that shaped her life. Keep the action and the humor, but make the emotional story the priority. The biggest change I could make is definitely Taskmaster, the Red Room Central. In the Red Room, central to Natasha's personal journey, rather than having the movie feel like a conventional MCU action film with a spy thriller setting. So that's those are my 10 big fix in terms of the Black Widow movie 2021 film. Now, at the end of the day, I don't think Black Widow needed to be completely reinvented. It needed to be more. But we could have brought all those elements together into a much larger story about Natasha Romanoff confronting the sins of her past before moving into the final chapter of her MCU journey. That's why my biggest change could be simply make the Black Widow Natasha story first and everything else second. Elijah can carry the Black Widow legacy forward, but Natasha deserves a definitive solo film that felt like a true combination of everything we learned about her since Iron Man 2. Marvel's own respected, emphasized Natasha's story is ultimately tied to her attempt to confront her past and the legacy she leaves behind. So that's why my way of fixing Black Widow could be a darker, more personal spy thriller with a stronger connection to Natasha's history, a better Taskmaster storyline, and an ending that was more meaningful and connects her story to the larger MCU, ultimately to the road ahead towards Doomsday. And that's how. What do you think? How could I fix Black Widow? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you everyone for listening to How to Fix It, the Black Widow 21 film pod. I hope you guys enjoy it, and please comment, hit that subscribe button, and check out more for content in my channel. Ciao.